John Stones. He's injured once more. Hooray! It just kind of makes me think of this, and might as well just talk about it now, I guess. Vitor Hayes, he's racking up experience points at Girona. Jumaba is gaining understanding, playing at a top level in the Europa League at Nice. We got Severe Naipan. He's getting enlightened on what it's like to play in unreal physicality and pace at Middlesbrough. The long-term future of the club, it's in good hands. If you think about it, there are only 7 players on the squad who are 30 plus years old. 5 of them you don't have to worry about because 2 are keepers. 2, Stones and Kovacic, are injured for a long term, and then the other one's Calvin Phillips. I want to look at the current or near future with the winter transfer window looming. The question is multi-tiered, I guess. Is there a position we can realistically do an immediate upgrade in January? What is that position? Who is that player? And who will City lose in order to make space for that player?
Tarek, you want to go first or you want me to go first?
You got it.
All right. It's very easy for me. Position, right winger. Player to bring in, Antoine Semenyo from Bournemouth. With the, release clause FC. Price tag or whatever that is, 50, 60, whatever. And then player to leave, Oscar Bob.
And you, Oscar Bob leaves, but that's just like a short-term loan. Like, you want him to come back and still do his thing with City, correct?
Yeah, why not? Doesn't matter to me. Sorry, bro. If you're good enough to go, you're good enough to stay out there. I don't see, who's making space for you on the right wing. If we got in my world, we have Semenyo and you got Semenyo and Savinho. So I'm happy.
The only thing that worries me, because then like those homegrown numbers, it then forces like John Stones or Ake just to stay for the sake of staying. Tom Baum, welcome.
I've heard Semenyo is homegrown.
He is homegrown. Oh, right. He's been okay. Cool. So the question is there a position we can realistically upgrade in January for the winter transfer window? What is the position? Who is the player? And then who is the player at City that we're going to have to lose to make space for that player? Sharpie said Semenyo at right wing. Goodbye, Oscar Bob.
Rodrigo?
So you choose? Would you want Rodrigo over Semenyo? Because Rodrigo would be 100 M's. It'd be so that's 35 plus million. That's the number they're putting out. So unless he's truly that miserable in Real Madrid, like you know how they feel. Like you're here, they might as well be death row.
I'm still going with Rodrigo. Okay. As for who leaves, I'm done with Savio. I want him gone. I have a Brazilian on my squad, and her name is Carolyn Nicoli, and that is about what I need. It's not oh boy, I know that.
Are you playing Rodrigo on the right or on the left?
I'm gonna play him on the left. Like he's gonna come in and be depth for Daku as in form as Daku is. But I'm not gonna play him like out of position. Like he plays well on the left.
Yeah. I think the only position that I would look at and say is a realistic shot at upgrading is probably the right wing. And again, I've not seen a ton of Semenyo, but I'll take everybody's word for it. I've seen him when we play him, but that's it. And he didn't look like all world when we played him, but that's one game, so small sample size. But I guess I would say him. But at the end of the day, it's a right winger that we need, in my opinion. There is a future conversation, probably not January, but summer, about right back. If we go for someone over Nunez, and again, who would that be? That's probably going to be old boy Tino Livramento from Newcastle. But I don't know. Other than that, we'll see.
Yeah,
I think we got a decent squad. A lot of them are young, but yeah.
And that's why I use the word like immediate upgrade, because sure, we can bring in players, but who can we bring in that like immediately makes that position better? And that is Semenyo. That in theory is Rodrigo. He hasn't scored in 30 plus games. He is miserable. And yeah, bringing him to City in theory would make him happier and he would be able to play more. But can he break that duck? Like when you just like aren't scoring or creating goal contributions like assists or anything like that, you just kind of get stuck. Or what if we spend all that money and he's like Nori, where he's just in the bench being this like very expensive ornament on the bench.
Did you just call him the new Calvin Phillips?
I said that there is a possibility something like that could happen because there's precedent. Oh, but yeah, I like Semenyo.
Oh, if we're gonna do this for the women's side, I'm about to piss off a whole bunch of Washington Spirit fans. We need a better 10, and I'll take either one, Lacey Santos or Croy Bethune. Like,
Croy. That'd be nice.
Well, look at me not caring about this conversation anymore. That's so crazy. It was so fast. I was locked in. I was like, me, right wing, who goes left wing? You start bringing up Corey and Lacey. Whoa, now we fighting. Okay, that's cool.
Just go to another club that you would support. It's fine.
I thought he was going to say Trinity. I was going to be like, wow.
No, she's going to LCL.
No, because they can't compete in Champions League.
Who can't?
Say that again?
London City
LCL,
Lions.
London City.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so there's no point in going there. Yeah. I mean, if you say it for the women's side, yes, that's great. Woohoo. But I do think that, you know who I forgot about? And it sounds so bad to say, as an option for the right wing, left wing, plays everything. Mary Fowler is coming back next year. And that's going to be a signing, in essence, because the team is 6 points clear, which we'll talk about later. But, like, Mary Fowler's coming. And I'm like, oh, that's wild. Hey, look at that. It blew my mind when somebody said it. I was like, oh, damn, she will be back. Oh, my God.
Right. Fowler, Greenwood's going to get healthy. Like, things about to get real spooky. I love it. Oh, man. This is a nice little thought exercise. We making vibes.
You know the vibes. Shady gang, shady gang, shady gang.
Hey, and welcome to Season 5, Episode 160 of Shades of Blue.
This is culturally inappropriate.
We are the most comprehensive show about Manchester City, covering both the men's and women's game, spanning both sides of the Mason-Dixon line. We making art over here, capitalize the A. I am Crunk Chocolate. I'm here with the show bros. Tom Bomb, Sharpie Charlie, Tarek. How's it going? How you doing? How you feeling?
Good to be here, man. Good to be here. Feeling good. Had a great sports weekend.
Yeah, you have like an orange glow about yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, normally it's blue, but today gotta match that.
That's right.
I almost
For the
put
audio
my plate over there.
He's pointing to a sign of Miami, just so those that are listening.
See, I'm so used to being on YouTube that I forget about the audio only listeners. My bad, y'all. But yeah, I pointed to my University of Miami poster on my wall. So yeah. But yeah, it's a great day to be a Hurricane and a Man City fan.
Happy for you, Terry. You deserve anything to make those Catholics upset. I've never seen so many grown men cry. And it's amazing. They say Catholics versus convicts. The convicts win again. That was a different generation. But I had an amazing sports weekend. City took care of me. The Lakers took care of me. The Broncos took care of me. And shouts to the Texans for ending out my Sunday night. Woo-hoo. Amazing, Tom. How are you feeling?
I don't know what you're talking about because I'm fairly certain that the Chiefs just forfeited that game because they knew that they had backup tackles and they weren't about to let Patrick Mahomes get hurt like that. So like I was very confused as to why the lights were on at Arrowhead Stadium last night because there was so
much traffic too.
Yeah, it was crazy. I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
But I will say that my sports weekend was not great. The Border War basketball game did not go the way that I needed it to go. My NFL team forfeited their game. And I really just was clinging to the hope of Manchester City. So I appreciate Manchester City pulling me through this weekend.
Yeah, they helped.
One thing, Crump, before we talk about your football team, I just want to say this. This will be the first time in 10 American years that the Chiefs will not win the AFC West. Like, I can't even tell y'all where I was living the last time this happened. It's been so many years. It's ridiculous. I've been all over this country. I've seen every coast, every sea and shining sea. I'm there. And then when you said 160 episodes, Crump, I said, wow, we normally talk about 90 minutes on average. And I said, if you do that math, that's 240 hours. So basically, y'all, we have talked on this podcast for the equivalent of like 10 days, which is crazy. Just us talking about football and football. Love y'all, boys. Crump, how are you feeling today, man? Big win yesterday.
Big win. Bears still suck. Everybody knows that. It's just great that it's official with the W. Go, Pack, go. Like I posted on Blue Sky, Chicago, go cry in your tavern style pizza. Plain and simple. The salt with some little Parmesan cheese. I'm sure you love it. I'm sure it'll be great.
Ooh, he said, get that deep dish and put your tears in it.
Or that, you go ahead, maybe cry in your Italian beef. Like, I'm not going to judge, like, in your heralds. Like, there are many things that you can choose from that you can just, the salt might add a nice complexity to your meal.
There's probably a lot of Notre Dame alum who live in Chicago, too. This is a very sad town right now, right? Like, yeah.
There are.
Oh, there are.
My favorite thing when my oldest was playing youth soccer, we used to always play up in South Bend, and I have it's not, I don't drive it anymore, but the car that I used to drive has a University of Miami plate on the front of it. So every time I would drive through South Bend on Notre Dame's campus, any place that I would go, everywhere I went, they were seeing the U. I loved it because I knew that it drove them crazy. On the flip side of that, though, if I was in a place too long, I was always concerned about what state my car was going to be in when I came back out. So that was a little iffy. But
wait, Terry, speaking of your oldest, did they witness history on Saturday?
She did not travel with the team.
Oh man, okay.
So yeah,
dang,
yeah.
But that's a major. Like, she's there at school for the biggest moment in the school's history.
So that's only wild. Thing. So like next year she'll be a senior, and she'll be one of those people that travels pretty much all the games.
Yeah,
one of the 2 or 3 people that'll go to all the games. So
it was like a seniority type of thing because she was a junior.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So hopefully,
I like that. I respect it.
Hopefully they'll be there again next season.
Sheesh, man, they ain't falling down. That's for sure.
Signetti, greatest coach in college football history, apparently.
Google me, and he wasn't lying. He talked that talk and walked every step of the walk.
He was Ange Postacoglu.
Literally, I win everywhere I go.
Yeah. Ange came in and said, y'all don't know about me. Check my record. Every second season.
I win trophies everywhere, bro. I do it. Second year.
Respect.
Hey, shout out to Signetti, man.
Right. Shout out to the Third Child for our intro. Most dope producer. Check him out, the Third Child. If you're watching on YouTube, like the video. Subscribe if this is your first time here. Leave a comment on what you thought on the episode. We appreciate all that stuff. If you're doing the audio only experience, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Good Pods, any of those streaming services, 5-star rating, please. Say some nice things in the review. It all helps spread the pod to other most dope football fans like you. It's a free way to help. If you are willing to help us out financially, for 10 cents or 20 cents a month, we have 2 tiers. 10 cents a day or 20 cents a day. I need to get better at that.
I was going to say 10 cents a month.
10 cents a month.
Math ain't mathing.
I'm worth more than that. Okay, I know my worth. I'm at least worth 10 cents a day. God damn.
We have a $3 tier or a $6 tier a month. So for 10 cents a day or 20 cents a day, you can get amazing ad-free episodes. For our $3 tier, you get our match previews. You get the weekly episode that drops usually a day or 2 earlier than the public forums. And so no ads, early episodes, and you get our match previews. The $6 tiers, you get all of the things in the $3 tiers, plus our interview series, Chopping It Up. We have Jack Gone. That episode will be on, actually, by the time you listen to this on the public forums, it should already be out on Patreon. And next week we're gonna have on he's a stat guy, super dope. His name is Ishdeep on Twitter. Gonna have him on, talk some stats, how he fell in love with the game, and some few other great people. So support us. We have some big plans next year. First easiest one is our KC trip. Another meetup in Kansas City. Shout out KC citizens. We'll be kicking it with y'all soon. More information for that early next year. Okay, so today, fun things to talk about. We got just W's all over. 6-point weekend. We got City men. 3-0 wins for both teams. Clean sheets for both teams. We beat Sunderland for the men, handled Leicester City for the women. We're going to dive into that, and then we're going to look ahead for the week. City men have 2 games. Ooh, Bernabeu, Real Madrid in the Champions League, a must win. Except for they are crumbling, they are struggling, and rumor is if they lose, Xabi is out of there, and if he is, then I think the players might just give it all up and be like, "Hey, go ahead and score on us. We don't care. We don't care. We hate this guy so much. We'll let you win." And then we got 2 games on Sunday. Our early game for our baby blue baddies who take on Aston Villa, And then the men, they face Crystal Palace. So plenty to talk about. Let's get into it, shall we? Sunderland. Pep's Manchester City debut, if you don't know, was against Sunderland. David Moyes was the manager back then in 2016. City won 2-1 thanks to an 86-minute own goal by Paddy McNair. And the rest is history. Many questions to Pep in these pressers had absolutely nothing to do with Sunderland or the match. Like they did not care, which is so crazy because like they didn't ask about their manager, who really is like very new into managing, let alone the Premier League, Labrie. Then there's Granit Xhaka returning to the Premier League. Sharpie pointed out during the watch along how Sunderland haven't allowed 3 goals in a match all season. That's a wonderful stat. Wasn't mentioned. Instead, the conversation was Fulham, Leeds. Why are you running so much? Are you scared about giving up all of these goals? Raji, World Cup. Way too many questions about the World Cup. There were like 3 questions about the World Cup. Why? Like, I get it, the draw, but why? Why? Pep was asked, like I said, about the City giving up all of the goals. And what he was asked is, what do you focus more on? Going 5-1 up, or the fact that your team let Fulham come back 5-4?
Made it 5-4.
Of course, I'm concerned. The good things, with the good things, and we try to understand what happened, to concede the goals and don't be as good as we were in the first half. So it's not much. Opponent always count. I'm highly consideration about Marco and Fulham for many years. Since was be promoted, when he was in the championship, came here, I don't know, FA Cup or Carabao Cup, and he played really good. And that year was promoted for the Premier League. And I know we scored 5 goals there. It's not easy. The chances that we create even more. But sometimes, of course, we see what happened, to lose with a good result, that momentum. And it's part of the growth, it's part of the mistakes, it's part of the process that we have to accept it. And
week after week after week, Pep is peppered with questions about Rodri. Man's finally had enough and finally answered all the questions he has been kindly avoiding.
it means play without the best player in the world 2 seasons ago, our main player when the...
Does that sound okay to you guys? I'm having like some clicking. No?
It sounded clear to me.
I said it sounded fine.
Okay, good. It's a me problem. So I need to make a note. I'm just going to redo this and then try to figure out what this is. Week after week after week, Pep is peppered with questions about Rodri. Mans has had enough, and he finally answered all of those questions that he has been avoiding over the last few weeks.
It means play without the best player in the world 2 seasons ago, our main player when they won the treble plays 70 games during 1 year and a half without him. Do you know what we miss? I want him back now, here. But he's suffering, he's struggling, because when I come back and he's living, but I want to protect him. I want to be sure right now that this can be injured, yes, but minimize the risk. This is what we want. He wants, I want, and all medical staff, physios want him. So tell me one team what the best player 1 year and a half is going there. Tell me. He suffer. So Rodri is another level of the players, another level. Rodri came the last 20 minutes against Fulham, put it in the middle, there, in the middle, and do you know what's the fact? Is make just his presence, don't touch the ball, the next 10 players, safer, better. They play better. Even he doesn't touch the ball, just for the fact he's there. During 1 year and a half, we didn't have him. for that reason. And we try to, because one thing, and that's why it happened. There are players that are replaceable, not just how good they play, who create to the other one. Because the other one is, I have Rodri there. Maybe the ball is going to lose. He knows when is the space is free to break the switch of plays, and the other one is unique. But I don't want to come back, because I want it desperately right now in Madrid or next one, and after 6 more weeks out. No sense. So I want to be sure that, okay, when now come back, have to make a precision. Have to, cannot play 90 minutes, come back again. You have an injured ACL, your body is completely different. You prove it again. That is the only reason why. But I want him, absolutely.
And like he said, because again, he was asked more about Rodri, and he said how he doesn't want him to take one step forward and end up taking 1,000 steps backwards. What do you got, Tom? What are you thinking?
I mean, we've seen players all over the world, all the time, in 100 different sports, come back too soon from an injury and then hurt themselves again. It happened in the NFL just this weekend with the Washington Commanders quarterback. It happens all of the time. And yes, you want him to be available for selection to play, but if he's not fully fit, don't put him out there. And
yeah, I'm with you.
You can't just keep on pressing the issue as media, and that it's going to make a difference in his availability.
It was funny. Sorry, before you say something, Sharpie, this guy who asked that question, before he even answered, he was like, that guy over there, I don't know who he's pointing to, but he was like, trust me, I'm going to let you guys know when he's healthy, because this guy won't leave me alone about it. And then he was asked a different question about Rodri, and then that's when that giant monologue came out. And then they still asked him more questions about Rodri. I get that. And even with Jack Gone, when I had him on, I talked to him about that 2-minute presser on the episode. And then later we were talking about just Pep and how he feels about doing the pressers. And he was like, we see him so much. So what do you ask? I'll see him on a Monday, and then I see him again on a Thursday or a Friday. And I was like, I get it, but do you all have to ask the same thing? There's no way you all decided that you're going to ask all these questions about Rodri. Or do you just, one person's asked about Rodri and you don't like his answer, so you try to tweak it and ask a different way? I don't know. It just feels silly sometimes. Sharpie?
Only thing I got to say about the Rodri point is one of the worst decisions this club has made, if you want to put it up there with the Calvin Phillips signing, is having Rodri play in the Club World Cup.
Yeah.
It was so short-sighted, and then open up this can of worms of hope for the fans and hope for Rodri, when in reality his body wasn't ready because it had only been 8 months or 7 months, something crazy, right? I just think it was 8 months. Yeah. So I just think that was definitely a misstep. And now that the patience has come after the setbacks, it's hey, again, think of him like Mary Fowler. He's a signing for 2026. And I can't wait to see him in 2026 at some point.
Yeah. Because even when he was he has to be a preseason, that's Pep basically being you're only going to see him for 5 minutes. And then you're going to see him for 10 minutes. And then you're going to see him for 12 minutes. And then you're going to see him for 15 minutes. And then you might see him for 30. And he might start a match, but he's going to be subbed off at halftime. So just prepare yourselves to not see him play 90 minutes probably for the rest of the year. It's one of those situations. Spain gets priority. So we need to make sure that he is healthy for the World Cup in the summer, because Spain would literally murder me. I can't go visit my family if I get Rodri injured. That's just not what I can do if I'm Pep. So I get it. Finally, he was asked about Sunderland and if he was surprised by their place in the table.
Only I can say, from my humble opinion, they deserve where they are. When you play new promoted, play 3 games, 4 games, 5 games. Okay, momentum can happen. But at 14 fixtures in this Premier League, and these opponents, like everyone, City the first, suffer every single games, to take results and be in that position. They deserve it. If you tell me what they do, there are 4 or 5 or 6 items, concepts they do, all of them they do well. Otherwise, they would not be who they are. In this league, impossible. So, good challenge for us.
Good challenge for us. Starting 11, Donnarumma, Nunes, Diaz, Vardial, O'Reilly, Gonzalez, Foden, Shirky, Silva, Doku, and Haaland. Shout out to Sunderland for making the game as difficult as they did, playing as defensively as they did, which is the reason why Diaz was able to get that goal in the first place. There's a 31st minute goal by Diaz. Barrage followed up shortly after. And then we have Foden's goal in the second half. The Shirky Rabona, the assist heard around the world. I guess what stuck out to you the most in this match, my show bros? Tom, we'll go with you first.
The Etihad is the perfect place for Shirky to start. And he needs to do all of his starts at the Etihad. I think that his performance at St. James's Park against Newcastle let me know, he ain't ready to travel on the road. You might put him in a Champions League fixture on the road, but I don't think he needs to start any league matches away from the Etihad. And I think that that's probably the best way to break in a player like Shirky into the squad.
I don't hate that. It's not a bad shout, honestly.
I'm thinking, and I like when Tom makes me think, because I'm like, I see the advantages, and I would just have a wonder, as we say at work, I have a wonder of how can you gain experience unless you get thrown into that fire, right? Like, until you go into the Lions Den, you got to see what you're going to come out looking like. So there's a protection there. There's a style of play that is better when the home crowd's behind you, right? But for example, as we look ahead to Real Madrid, I want 10 out there. Like I want him and Foden and Doku out there as much as humanly possible with Haaland. Like that is my front four moving forward.
And I would agree with that. I think I don't want him to start in the league. Like I don't want him to start any games in England that aren't at the Etihad.
So no Crystal Palace at the weekend.
No.
Crystal Palace are going to make it very difficult for shout out to Joe Walker, 5-year plan, for coming on and doing the match preview, which we'll get to later. But they're going to be super defensive because they just lost Lunos as well. Like he might not be able to play. They have a lot of players that are missing, very similar to Real Madrid. They're just going to play like Joe said, hey, if you thought the way that Crystal Palace played in the FA Cup was disgusting, it's going to be worse on Sunday. So, like, prepare for some, like, hideous, like, bus parking.
Well, as long as Dean Henderson can't step out and hit the ball, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Can't blatantly cheat. But anyway, if they're going to be uber defensive, is that not more reason why we might need Shirky to unlock that?
It might be a good sub. Honestly. I know him.
Yeah.
But who's going to break down their low block?
That's a Reinders, because it might be one of those situations where we actually probably need to take advantage of the transition, and that's where Reinders comes in, because that's where he thrives. He thrives running up and down that pitch.
See, I think Terry's getting to this point, and I'm thinking about the Sunderland match, which gets into my like takeaway, is that when those front four are on the pitch, there is no defense for it. Like you literally can't stop Doku 11, 47, 10, and 9. Because who do you double? Who do you help off of? And then you get the whiff with the wingbacks. I mean, with the fullbacks coming up, right? Nunez and O'Reilly. Like, I don't know how you stop it. And like, Who Scored put out a stat that like right now City is leading the Premier League in XG, shots on target per game, passes per game, pass accuracy, and dribbles per game. We're doing everything, and we have the most goals, right? So it's just like, if you take him out and you say, okay, put in a Bob, put in a Savinho, we know the drop off. We've seen enough. And I just think like, if I get a low block and I can pick it and think about corners, right? He has the best right foot entry on the team. Phil is on the left entry. If we're doing in-swingers, he's on the right, and he can actually do both. And again, do I think other players could step up? Of course. I have confidence. But if we say like, hey, I got to get 3 points and I want to keep putting pressure on Arsenal, I want Shirky unless he can't go, right? Unless it's three in a row is too much. Cool. Of course, rest it. But, that's the thing. But yeah, that offense, man, it's phenomenal to watch, and it's fun. And you can't ever say City's boring when we're leading the league in goals, or else you're just being a hater.
What stuck out to you, Tarek?
Yeah, it was just a all around really good performance. We got our goals. We were clinical because I think we only had like 3 big chances and we got 3 goals. So, we took advantage of opportunities. We scored goals without Holland's name showing up on the stat sheet. Again, just showing that we are more than just Erling Haaland FC. So yeah, I mean, it was all around. It was a really good performance. And when we went up early, we didn't really give them a foothold in the game the rest of the way, right? And it wasn't like the previous matches where we got leads and then we really had to suffer from, teams making that furious comeback. We saw 5-1 become 5-4, in a blink of an eye. And it's like you holding on at the end. That wasn't this. We did what we had to do, and then we locked it down, kept the clean sheet. So, it's good to see that we have that in it, especially when Sunderland had just recently, I think, I forget which team they had played. I should probably pull up their schedule, but they're not mugs, right? They're not an easy out. So for us to do that,
they had come from behind on Bournemouth.
Yeah,
after
they had a draw against Arsenal or something.
It was a draw against Arsenal.
It should have beat Liverpool. Yeah. They drew Liverpool also, but
they
so stop
again, when we go in, like you said, draw with Arsenal, draw with Liverpool, but then Chelsea. we beat them 3-0. It's not even close, really. Again, that just goes to show what we can do when we're on it. And to be fair, we still are trying to gain and get our consistency, but we know that comes over the course of the season. We're not going to be in pre-Christmas who we're going to be post-Christmas. So, but yeah, really excited about it. Go ahead, Charlie.
I want to give a shout to Pep because one of the things I used to get on years ago, it's crazy saying that now, so many episodes, is when he wouldn't use subs. And so I thought his plan of what he did immediately after the 3rd goal, starting to make those subs, was really smart. Getting Ake some run, giving Guardiola some rest. Reinders comes in, Foden comes out. Marmoush for Holland, right? Like for like subs, you're able to let people get some rhythm who we're going to need. We will need Marmoush and Reinders. The only person that didn't come on who I would have liked to see is Ait Nouri. But I get why you bring in Rico Lewis later, right? And Savinho. But I do think that like the more we have opportunities to make subs around that 70-minute mark, and you're not just coming out for 5 or 10, you get a full 20, 25 minutes with stoppage time. Like that helps people get confidence. You can get on the ball. You can make some things happen. Might nick a goal. But in like Tarek's point, it wasn't where subs were made and then we fell apart. It was like, oh no, we kept the sheet. And I think it was only the Chaka chance that hit the post, right? Where that one, I think that was in the second half. And that was the big chance they missed. But like, hey, you're not going to be perfect. Premier League players, what do they say? They get paid too. Like they're going to get some shots on it. And so, hey, you need a little fortunate luck. But, Donnarumma made the save he needed to make. That back line is our best back line. It's not even close. And you brought up John Stones at the start. And I think, this is now time for Kuzlinoff to step up in his natural role as the successor to John Stones. And so, hey, we got FA Cup stuff coming up. We got, every 3 days matches. You know how that goes. Be ready, 45. I don't want to see you right back. Not your job. Do your job at right center back.
Yep. The DS goal, just given so much space and then just launched it, took a chance. And yes, it took a nice deflection off of the head of a Sunderland player, but it was still on target and he got the goal. It was, unexpected. Very, very nice to see though. Those are the type of things that you need to happen to win games, to win leagues. People who aren't normally scoring need to be able to contribute, and you don't get any better than Ruben Diaz getting a goal. Honestly, shout out to him. He's been winning aerial duels now. I don't know what is going on with him. I don't know. Shout out to Maya Jama. I'm sure it's not only her, but I'm sure she's contributing, making sure he's actually going to the gym, doing a full, complete workout. Seems rested. He's not getting one sheet of paper height off the ground. I appreciate it. He's doing well.
I'm going to go ahead and call it now. They're going to get married. That's what our players do. Our players, they get married really quick.
You find your love. You find your love.
Either he is going to get married or he's found God. He's got a relationship with God like Joker. One of those two things. That's what we do. That's what we do. I think Marmouche just recently.
Did you know we're getting out-godded? We're getting out-religion by Arsenal. They got a whole Bible Brothers group.
Yeah.
It's 10 deep out here. I read that on the Athletic today. I was like, oh, they going in. Noni Madueke, Timber, Saka, them black boys is with the Lord.
What in the fellowship of Christian athletes is happening around here? What?
FCA is crazy.
FCA.
A guy at my school runs the FCA chapter. Oh my God, I'm dying.
I was actually able to meet Matt Hughes and hold the UFC title because he came to our school because of our FCA chapter at my high school. And that motherfucker was heavy. It was literally a 40 pound belt. It was insane.
There's nothing to prepare me for a mention of SCA on this podcast. Oh my God, I love y'all so much. I am inconsolable. But yes, you find a wife or you find the Lord at Man City. Pick one, maybe both, but it's got to be at least one.
Maybe both.
Yeah.
And then third is
Doku,
start a YouTube channel.
Did the double up.
Yeah, he did.
And Vardial, his headed goal, it was hilarious because during the watch along, Sharpie, right before the corner, he was like, wouldn't it be crazy if we scored off of a set piece? And I was like, relax. And then it happened.
You can't do that. Or both center backs scored? Nah, I won't happen.
Yeah, it's just that's too much.
Oh my God, it went in and it was so clean.
Happened.
It was beautiful.
It was
like Gabriel-esque.
It was a great header. Great header.
Did you know he's only 7 behind company for the league, for the whole club? All defenders already? He's at 11, which is crazy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He went
company
crazy
at 18.
Season. He did go crazy last season.
Yeah. He was playing
his
left
time
wing
at
back.
left back. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And then lastly, Foden's goal, the Rabona. By
it's not really Foden's goal. It's Shirky's pass. That's what this is about.
He still had to do the jumping header.
The header was so good though. The header has never been harder, and people don't care about it. Who cares?
I was saying, it's not that the header wasn't good.
It
wasn't not that the header isn't good. It's just that the highlight, the focus, is on the pass.
The header gave my team a goal. The assist gave me pleasure.
I was going to say, I was waiting for you to see what you was going to say because I was going to say it gave us pleasure.
Take pleasure and give you pleasure.
And I'm going to say, I love that we first play it and Tom Bomb's like, how dare you guys bring this nonsense to the pod? And now 3 weeks later, He's quoting it.
Listen. NWSL season is over. I don't have to go into press box.
He said, "I'm not a professional anymore."
I was like, what are you talking about?
Hey, it's a season of pleasure at Man City, and I'm here for it on both sides. Same city, same passion.
Same
pleasure
city,
everywhere
same
you go.
Let's go. Oh, I love it. That's hilarious. And then lastly of this game, that fucking red card by O'Neill. That tackle that he did on Nunes, late, high, cleat straight to leg. Pep even said it in the post-match that he's just lucky that Nunes didn't have like his leg planted on the ground, that it was in the air, because that could have been really bad if his foot was planted, because it just would have gave extra force. And the red card, I hope someone takes him out when he finally gets back on the pitch, because he's going to be missing in, and he's going to be gone. And then by the time he returns, they're going to lose like 6 players to AFCON. So this may be the beginning of the end for Sunderland. We will see.
Put a pin in this, but the reverse fixture is December 30th. And there's another important reverse fixture from this weekend happening that same day.
Okay. The player of the match. Here is Shirky with his thoughts.
Yeah, we are very proud. We worked all the weeks for that. The team play very, very well. We defend well, we attack well, and for that we are very proud. I worked all the weeks for give the good pass for Erling, for Phil, for Omar, for Jeremy, and for that I'm very, very happy. I'm adapting better,
He's so French.
and for that I'm here for take a pleasure, for give the pleasure for the fan, for my teammate, and for that I work all the week. The last game we take a lot of goal, and we know that the quality of Sunderland is good because he defend well and he attack well, and for that we work a lot for take a lot of risk for score a lot of goal and don't concede the goal. And today it's unbelievable because we score 3 goal and we don't take goal, and for that we are very proud.
Let's go. So proud of him.
Do you think that they just give him shit in the dressing room?
Oh, 1,000%. 1,000%.
Okay.
1,000%. 1,000%.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, especially the way that
I don't
English
think
is.
I don't think he would have said that again in a if it wasn't like constantly brought up in his face.
I want to know the translation, because I feel like there's a French phrase that literally translates to take pleasure, give pleasure, like a colloquial phrase, because it's not just something you say, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it means
as
something
often
in French,
as he
and
says
now I gotta,
yeah.
So
yeah,
in
because
Spanish,
it's like a football thing.
In Spanish, like me gusta is like it's like this is pleasing to me. So I think it's like something, since Spanish, French, Romance languages, it's probably something similar to that. And that's why the translation is a little different.
Ooh,
but it works in so many walks of life.
It does. It does.
Because I believe we all should take pleasure and give pleasure. I believe in reciprocity. So I'm with you, my guy. You got it, Shirky.
Heading into the Real Madrid match with a clean sheet, a win against Sunderland, it can do major things for your confidence. Pep spoke about that after the match, talking a little stuff.
Yeah, we can talk. Of course, it's better to be closer than further than the top of the league. But for my experience, I'm sorry, I don't want to feel arrogant, but I have quite experience to win the Premier League or titles. It's the consistent. And the consistent come just for one thing, for the way you play. Not for the result one day, or victory be 2 points behind or 4 points in front. It's the consistent to be how you perform, how much you grow during the year. And today have been maybe one of the best performances of the year, the season, during 95, 94 minutes.
I don't want to be arrogant, but I've won some league titles. I don't know. I am a consummate winner. So shout out to Pep. Shirky's ability and his creativity was on full display against Sunderland. Pep's words post-match were shared all over, and it fed the Pep haters who love to say, see, Pep always beats the joy out of his footballers. Here's the full quote. so you can actually hear the words from him. And I guess you let me know, because I mean I hear where they're getting from it, but like I think it's deeper than that.
Ryan is an exceptional player. He's so young. Have a huge personality, proving against
Huge
Fulham.
personality.
In the toughest moment, 5-4 or 3-5-4, come there. And every time had the ball, give us extra passes and continuity. It's not as scary. Have a self-confidence. To him, in the final third, have something special. Especially, what I admire the most on Ryan is not the skills. I never saw Messi make a cross like I've done. Messi is the best player, played that game. And I never saw this kind of crosses. The crosses is fine, it's fine. It doesn't matter. Right, left, with a part of your feet, with the head, it doesn't matter. It's effective, it's fine. But I like the simplicity because I learned from Messi that I never make a mistake. I never make a mistake with the simple things. Never. Simple things he does perfectly. And after dribble 4 or 5. And what I want to the players, the simple things, do it well. And after that, if you do this, listen, you play, you have a special talent, the mom and dad gave it to you, and he can do whatever you want. But if it doesn't work, now we'll be in problem. So now we'll be in trouble.
That's a really good point about Messi, because like if you remember watching him with Barca, he just got to his spot. It's like a basketball player that doesn't need a bunch of headzies and crossovers. It's like, no, I'm gonna take 2 dribbles and pull up. Like, and you can't stop it because it's the fundamentals. Like Kevin Durant or a Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, right? Like even LeBron. LeBron's game is not flashy. It's efficient, and that efficiency is how you become great. The moments are flashes, and those are incredible. But I think Pep is like, he knows he has this diamond, and he can like shape it how he needs. Like he is ready to take Shirky and make him the next generation's Kevin De Bruyne. Like I think that's the way he sees him. It's not just like you're a good player. Like, no, I'm gonna push you, and I'm not gonna make your head too big. Like I want you to work on the basics since you have all the other stuff already. Like we got this for 30 million euros,
Yeah.
and they pay how much for Ferentz? Oh my god.
Yeah. God. Like he was just like, and he used a perfect example of Messi. Just like that guy, just you can't deny his greatness, but also he doesn't do anything crazy. And he also says, hey, I like that Shirky did what he did, but if it didn't go off, if it just missed, then he's in trouble. So like do it, but if you're going to do it, you better nail it. And like that's all he's saying, and I'm okay with that. Setting an expectation. It's like I love that you did this. It's a great like topper to the end of the match, but like I probably don't want to see another Rabona for another like 3 months. Like just calm.
Yeah, it's the in basketball terms, it's every shot's not a good shot unless you're Steph Curry. If you're Steph Curry, you can shoot it from wherever you want to. If your name's not Steph Curry, and some of these high school kids, college kids, AAU kids, they want to pattern themselves after Steph Curry. You better make that shot, or you're gonna come sit down next to me, and you may not get off this bench for the next couple games. Because again, what are you doing?
Shout out to Patrick Ewing. Did you practice that shot?
Exactly. Did you practice that shot?
Exactly, and it's
exactly.
He did go on to say that he has no proof, but he's positive that Shirky was the best player anywhere when he was 12, 13, 14, 15, and he could do whatever he wanted with no consequences. But you can't do that at City because we play for each other, the club, and which is like double down. But he, again, people trying to creep around that perspective that Pep kills creativity in players. He was then also asked if he wants City to recruit more creative players like Shirky.
It's the key. The skills, the blind guy realized. If you go to the biggest stages away, or really under pressure, it's like a friendly game for them. That is important. Player has to be in the important teams. To discover that is so difficult because you always see the teams, the players in skills, actions, the player. But you don't know how he behave in Anfield and Old Trafford, Arsenal away, or
79 minutes. We need to step up and do it. Friendly games, everybody do it. With 3-0, everybody. No, the question is in the toughest moments, he said, I'm going to win the game, I'm going to perform who we are. When you have a lot of these ones, and I had a lot of these ones in my career as a manager, and that's how you can have success. Without that, no tactics exist. Nothing.
He literally said people like Shirky makes his job easier. So it's just one of those situations. It's easy to see the one partial part of that quote and be like, he's telling Shirky to play like a robot. See, this is why Jack Grealish struggled. And it's like, no, Jack Grealish struggled because he's a himbo. So, anyway. What I also loved, I loved that he gave Sabio some love. He was basically just like, hey, that 20 minutes, 25 minutes that he came on, he did go, he doesn't listen to me all the time, so I have to tell him a lot. But like perfect example is when he came on the last game and he set that cross in when it was like 5-2 and he almost set up a scoring situation. But other than that, he isn't giving the effort. But today he gave the effort. If he lost the ball, he was running like a machine. Trust me, he will play a lot of minutes. And I felt like he went out of his way to bring up Savio to like show him, hey, I saw what you were doing. Please keep it up. This is how you get minutes. And that's what the best managers do, because he wasn't asked about Savio. He just brought up Savio. So it was great. Champions League. Let's look ahead to this game on Wednesday. Pep was asked about Real Madrid, and he just mentioned how he was excited that they have players. Like he actually has a full complement of individuals that he can pick, but also he's not sure if he's going to do rotating because, and I quote, you killed me last time. I'm not trying to get killed. So I will think about it in 3 or 4 days. And so right now I can't tell you who's going to be rotated, if it's going to be rotated. But I really want to play Marmoush. Marmoush has been great. Like he comes on and he instantly creates multiple chances. He deserves to play, but his best position is where Haaland is, and you can't bench Haaland. So it will be very interesting to see what he does against Real Madrid. Real Madrid, it was just announced that Militao tore something in his was it his pectoral or his bicep? It was one of those two that he tore something, so he's now going to be out for 2 months. So that now makes Danny Carvajal, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Militao, David Alaba, Huijsen is out as well. Ferland Mendy. That's so many of their starting defenders that are out. So the defensive line is going to be...
God damn.
Yeah.
6 defenders?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't complain. I thought we had it bad. That's crazy.
Yeah. So the only people they have...
they're going to start Chouamini and Rudiger at center back.
Or
Carreras again.
They have Raul Asensio, but he's food. He's so bad.
And they put him at right back last match. It's going to be crazy out there, bro. They might have to start Valverde at right back like he's done before and trust him. Because you put Asensio against Doku, God bless. Like, no, it's going to be a yellow card in like the first 10 minutes. Like, oh my gosh. I have no fear in my heart.
I think we all saw that Celta Vigo goal. Like, my God, like I have never defending optional. Good God.
Yeah. The funniest part of that was Rudiger when they made like the final pass before the guy dribbled around the keeper. Rudiger is just standing there watching the guy, basically being like, mess up. Like, didn't try to step towards him, didn't try to run. He just watched, and that's their problem. And they're going to show up for the first 20 minutes against City. Like, they're going to bring it. But if City do their thing and shut down Real Madrid, make them struggle, I think they're going to start throwing temper tantrums. I think they're going to start yelling at each other. They're going to give up. They're going to be jogging a lot while City runs up and down the Bernabeu.
The thing is with them, they have no identity. And it's not just because of Xavi Alonso coming in trying to bring tactics and things in. It's literally like they have never had identity. It's truly their vibes FC, and the vibes win. They have the talent. They score the goals. They make the great save with the homie in net, and they figure it out. But like when we're on, we're better than them. We gave them the biggest ass whipping ever in Champions League history for that stage. Like nobody will forget that 4-0 ever. It's the most dominant half of football, and like we won't be at the Etihad, but I think we're clicking into form that may not be at that peak level. But again, you take our front four against that back four. Who is stopping who? I can't tell you. Like, the homie is going to have to stand on his head. Like, I can see this being a match where Courtois has 7-8 saves for them to get a point. Because we're going to pepper that net. They're not going to be able to stop us at all.
Let's go. Quick, what do you got as a score prediction, Sharpie?
3-1. We win 3-1.
Oh, let's go.
We ain't Celta Vigo, and come on, bro. Like, we ain't scared of them.
My only concern is what lineup is Pep going to put out there, which is, obviously that's going to change what the outcome of the match and the how much we score versus whatever. But I will go. You think they're going to get a goal, right? So yeah. I'll go 3-2.
Mbappe's still there, and
I was going to say Mbappe is still a killer.
Yeah.
And monster, yeah, he's a beast.
I think like he knows that he's trying to catch Haaland for Champions League goal record, and seeing him like he's going to want to show out. But I still think that we got the edge on it. I still say 3-2. I will say, just because you're going to have players that don't necessarily want to run on the other side of the like that you're going against, that this is a match. I would start Reinders in this match, like just because you know that he is going to run and run and run and run.
Yeah, you put him and Bernardo on the pitch together; those engines are moving. Like, yeah, I like that a lot actually.
Okay, so then it's Nico G, Reinders, Foden,
Bernardo, Haaland, Doku.
Okay, so no Shirky then.
That would be the swap. That's what Tom's talking about. You swap out Reinders with Shirky to get more in the midfield.
But you also said that you would like to see him at Real Madrid, so I wasn't sure if you.
I mean, I'm saying I'm going off what Tom's saying. Like, I like that. I could do it both. I could take the same lineup, or if Pep rotates like you normally would, not a super rotation, you make one or two changes, right? Like, there's no reason to switch up the back line. I think the only change would be Reinders for Shirky. Like, that could be nothing else would make sense to me. Anything else would be like, what the fuck? Like, I would
and honestly, I think we've learned Reinders and Shirky, that's too much transition. That's too much lax.
Do we think Bernardo, like, I gotta look to see how many matches has he played consecutively?
Oh, in a row? Let me look.
Yeah.
I can.
And I'm talking about like midweek matches and whatever.
Yeah.
Because I wonder, can he go again? I'm sure Pep is going to want to put him out there in this situation. But
yeah, he's done 3 matches in a row already. 89 minutes against Leeds, 90 against Fulham, and 82 against Sunderland.
Yeah, see, and that's what. And if we go back before that, the Tuesday against Leverkusen, did he play that one?
He did. He didn't. He rested because that was
the full rotation. Yeah.
Yeah, Leverkusen. Yeah,
so it's like Bernardo, I think if you give him for a good 60 and then you make a swap, like then you bring in a Shirky or Savinho or whatever your heart desires, I think that's the plan. I don't want to see Bernardo play a full 90, but I love his what he does in the first half is so important because he can set the table for the whole match.
Yeah.
And keep the pressure up and like basically gas it out. Like, hey, I'm going to give you 55, 60 Pep. And then play somebody else at Crystal Palace. Like, this is the last time I'm playing, and I'll see you in a week.
Yeah, that's fair. I like that. I like the 3-1. I want to embarrass them and just them scoring one lowly goal. And there's also that rumor that it was that if Real Madrid, they have to beat City, or else Xabi is out of here. And that's unfortunate because like there's so much problems at Real Madrid that it's very tough to put it on him. But that's just what you do in football nowadays.
Do you think if they do let him go, that it opens the door for kind of a domino effect for Liverpool to be like, okay, Slot, we're going to move you on and try to bring him in?
If Liverpool win tomorrow, yeah, because the game is Tuesday. If they win Tuesday and then win this weekend, I think that Gambit, they have to keep him. It's one of those situations because you tell Salah, stay at home, relax, you're doing nothing. You make a statement like that says something. So now you need to see how the players react. So if the players react well and they just beat these teams down and they look very similar to their old team, that one of those two are going to get thrown under the actual bus. Like Salah, you weren't thrown under the bus. You were just benched for a couple games because you have been trashed. It's okay. You can be benched. It happens. But if Liverpool do well, then he will actually be thrown under the bus. And thrown under the bus is sent to a Saudi league for big money. So like this is like the softest bus anybody has ever been ran over with.
Or to the Chicago Fire, whatever.
Oh my god.
I saw that, but I also saw San Diego FC. Since they wanted KDB in the summer.
So did Chicago.
Yeah, give him some BP money.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think most comments make Slot Teflon.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sharpie.
No, I think Mo actually helps Slot out the most. Like he will, like everything now, you put it on yourself because I think he's trying to have an exit strategy. And even if they just draw these matches, right? You fought back. The stories write themselves. Even without Mo, we grinded a 0-0 Ray at the San Siro or 1-1. Then we came back and we fought hard against Brighton and we were able to nick a 2-1 win. And Verts scored a goal. And like, it actually works. The story works. Like Salah is giving them a lift. That's a real legend right there. He said, "Hey, we had a shitty season. Let me sacrifice myself. I volunteer tribute." And
Salah
now
didn't sacrifice
they can
himself.
actually
He
go
said
from this.
Slot is the bad guy. That's not sacrificing
No.
yourself.
He sacrificed himself because he said it out loud. He did it on purpose. This wasn't a mistake. The man has only talked 3 times to the media in the last few years. And so he made a choice to say, I'm going to say this after a draw, even though we got a point, I'm going to make it an issue that I'm on the bench. And boom, explosion out of Liverpool. Jamie Carragher, everybody's mad. Stevie Nicol, all Liverpool greats. Somebody said that Jordan Henderson was the reason they won that title, which was crazy. So yeah, there's a lot of feelings coming out, all because of what Salah did. If he doesn't say anything after the draw, the pressure's on Slot. Now reverses. I'm telling you, it's 4D chess. He's trying to get out, and he's on his way. Because after AFCON, why am I going to come back? For what?
No, I like the idea that he's trying to get out, but to be like, he is a sacrificial lamb. How very smart of him. It's just like, that is crazy narratives. Did Salah hit you up? Are you being paid by Salah? You to his agent? You talking to his
I'm just reading the tea leaves, man.
But send that cash. I'll say it. What you want me to say? Go ahead, write it down. I'll read it.
Wait, we got a Jimmy Sexton CAA college football situation going on?
Yeah. Exactly. There's always somebody behind it, okay? Don't be out here acting like stuff is just happenstance and coincidence. No. Plays are emotion.
Somebody's back there pulling the strings.
No, that's a good shout. Did everybody give their Real Madrid score prediction?
Except for you.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I said 3-1. I'm with Sharpie.
Yeah. You did say 3-1. You're right.
Okay, cool.
3-1. Y'all had 3 2s, and then me and Conor had 3 1s. Yeah.
And then Crystal Palace, on the road to Crystal Palace. They too are just beat up when it comes to players. The Munoz, he has a knee problem. He hasn't played the last couple of games. He's not going to play the Europa League game. He didn't play this last weekend. And Chad Reyes is out as well. Decore is out. Kapora is out. Ismail Assar. And Ismail Assar is one of the people who really killed us in that FA Cup game. And I found out that that unnamed player that got arrested for the 2 counts of assault.
Tony.
Yep. Okay. So it is out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The fucking idiot Ivan Toney. Goodness gracious. Like. Anyway. Okay. What do we think of this before we move on to Baby Blue Baddies?
Wait, why did Tony come up? I'm confused.
Did you not hear
What was
about
the
the footballer in central London that was arrested late night at a bar, and everyone thought it was Muniz?
Oh, and I did not hear about it. Okay, there
No,
we go. That's
yeah,
the next one.
everybody thought it was Muniz because he was just like taken off of the lineup randomly, and he's a starter, and he even was like taken off of FPL, but we found out that it was Ivan Toney. And so, yeah, I think City win again, but it's going to be a tight win. It's going to be like a 1-0.
I got 2-1.
An absolute smash and grab, 1-0. 1-0.
Mm-hmm. What you got, Terry?
I will go to. Would you say Charlie?
I said 2-1.
Yeah, I was thinking 2-1. I'll go 2-0.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna change it though. I'm gonna flip it. Y'all remember what we did to them in April? Like, we abused them 5-2, and I'm realizing that like the FA Cup was the aberration. It wasn't the norm. So I'm gonna give us another goal. I'll go back-to-back 3-1s.
Okay.
There we go. Mateta gets a goal, but we get 3.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Baby Blue Baddies. Before we get into everything, I meant to talk about this last week. I want to play a question that was asked to Jeggy. It was about a story an excerpt from Mary Fowler's new book, Bloom, where she talked about her time at Montpellier football. Her and a black teammate were not given flowers during their farewell presentation. All the other non-black players were. And when she mentioned that to her team, how she didn't get flowers, in the locker room, a teammate came up to her and gave her bananas. Experiencing a racist attack from a teammate, it's just like she talked about how she thought that she was going to retire, actually. Like, that's how bad she was affected by it. A journalist asked Jeggy about that and the question was basically how he and the club protects their players against racial abuse. Didn't mention Bunny's situation. So like it was interesting, but what I want to focus on is how he asked the question and how he described experiencing racism.
Mary Fowler's book has come out this week, and one of the things she talked about was kind of some more difficult experiences she had at her last club in France.
Some more difficult experiences, if you didn't hear, is what he called it. More difficult experiences is what he called racism. Like, if you think saying the word racist or racism is too much, imagine being the one having the racism directed at you. To be honest, the question became moot to me once you refused to call it what it was. Racism. You're asking Jeggy what he's doing, but you can't even do the basics, bro. Like, how can you try to ask someone to be, where are they holding accountability? How are they doing sources and resources and tools and helping out when you can't even properly address it? You're afraid your damn self. Like, and I know this person patted themselves on the back for asking the hard question. Like, you might think you were taking the right step in the right direction, but like, you were lost, my boy. And calling out hate is uncomfortable. Again, I get that, but it just really isn't helpful. Thinking about Fowler getting that abuse. Bunny last season getting a battery thrown at her at Hammerby, racially abused at a Manchester derby, all of the nonsense Raheem Sterling had to deal with, despite being a top 20 all-time Premier League goal scorer. Like, it, as a person of color, black man, reading their experiences just stirs up all the experiences that I've had. Like, it's just waves of pain crashing against my heart and my mind, like reliving these awful moments. I'm hurting, empathizing for them, and just PSA. If you truly want to help, call it what it is: racism, not a difficult experience. Okay.
Bingo. Also, Montpellier sits in the Premier League Feminine, or they sit in 10th, which is one spot above the last two relegation spots. I hope they get relegated. I hope they get relegated to whatever the 5th division of French women's football is, because that's just absolutely ridiculous. I hope that in the book she names the player.
Yeah, but I don't think she does.
Don't let us find out who it is.
Yeah, right.
We will find out. Don't let us find out.
I hope someone does the research. Yeah.
First of all, Crump, thank you for sharing that. That's powerful and real, and so many white people don't like to say the word racism, and it's there, been there forever. But to the point that Mary's coming forth in her book, it took years for her to get that out. And like, sometimes I forget how young she is and how young a lot of players are. It's like, I can't imagine taking that on when I'm still like a teenager or, early 20s, whatever. Like, I'm very, very young. I'm away from my family. She's from Australia. Like, she's over in France. Like, you got the language barrier. You got all the stuff coming on. I think I just read somewhere she had like see a psychologist and like, she was deemed unfit to play. Like, and she finally got out, found her joy, found herself, grew into the young, wonderful young woman she is, and then got the courage to say, I'm going to write about it and share, because she knows she's not the only one that's had to deal with this. Even in, this decade, 2020s, having to go through that is ridiculous. Bunny having to do it, anybody having, all the stuff Raheem did with the tabloids and all that, right? Like, it's just the culture, sadly, of Europe and of this world. But credit to her for standing up and making it known, and not, having the ability to get it out, because that's a terrible, terrible story.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so really do appreciate Mary Fowler for saying something. And again, if you guys truly want to help, you got to say the actual words, bro. Call it what it is. Okay. Leicester City. Jeggy won WSL Manager of the Month for the 2nd month in a row, baby. So what does that mean to not Seb Hines?
I think everybody likes to be appreciated about the job that they're doing. I think we all, no matter what kind of job you have, it's always a special feeling with it. But I'm also so aware that it's not only me in this, and I also said that in the press release around it, that there's so many people that is working so hard for this team. So the prize is shared with them, of course. But of course, I'm happy. I think it's a proof that we have done good things lately, and so it means something, of course.
And he said, "I didn't win the award. We won the reward," and I love that. Our little humble king. I'm a big fan of him. Really am. He announced that Carolyn and Lily Murphy are back. However, we have lost Sydney Lohman and Kiara Keaton. So you give and you take. He was also asked about Bunny, that she joined the Jamaican national team for the first time in a year, and maybe what was the reason for it. He was like, you just got to talk to Bunny. But if you're aware of the Jamaican Federation and how they treat their women's team and how, unfortunately, a lot of countries treat their women's team. Like, just take an educated guess. Starting 11 for this match was Yamashita, Kasparai, Rose, Knack, Wahabi, Hasegawa, Blinkilde, Fujino, Miedema, Hemp, and Shaw. Incredibly frustrating match. Goals happened in the 64th, 69th, and 89th minutes. It wasn't until the subs happened. And I'm not going to say there weren't opportunities, because there were most definitely opportunities. Bunny had a...
What did I tell you? I said Janina Leipzig is one of the most underrated goalkeepers in the league, and we will need to be clinical in order to beat her. And Bunny was not clinical in the first half at all. And at all, she hit everything but the target. And then Viv was trying to get, she literally, every shot that she had was right at Leipzig almost, in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, this is very, very frustrating to watch. But I think that the subs changed the match, and I think that there is an energy that Carolyn brings to the squad that you just don't. There's a reason why she was voted the most valuable player of the NWSL in 2023. Like, she was that good, and 2022. She was that good, and she was that dominant. And I think with this particular match, just her coming in, literally 5 minutes after she was subbed in, we score.
Mm-hmm.
And we score off of a ball that she dinked into Bunny. So she just, and there were chances that she created even after that. And she got on the score sheet with a goal. To me, she was the most impactful player that came on the pitch for Manchester City.
100%. Yeah. She and we called her the player of the match because none of that would have happened without her. It just felt like it was a stalemate. But I understand why Bunny, she won the Barclays Moonbeam. She got the player of the match. The goal that you're talking about, it took 74 minutes, but Bunny finally scored. And it was an early cross from Caroline. And I'll play Bunny post-match. But she had mentioned that every single time the ball went wide, everybody just dropped back. They were game planning specifically for that Bunny dunk. And it seemed very, it just wasn't working for him. But Carolyn was inside more, and it was an early cross. It was very much like what Trent used to do at Liverpool, where he was just a little bit inside and he hits that cross where if you're not tall enough, it's just going to go right over your head. But actually, there was a Leicester player, she whiffed on her clearance, and that's when it fell to Bunny. She chested it down calmly and just smashed it past the keeper. And then Bunny got her double in the 83rd minute. Before the second goal, Carolyn actually gets taken down in the box. It should have been a PK, honestly. It was her and Kasparai doing a give and go. And what I'm annoyed about is when I was doing the rewatch, the commentary goes, Carolyn did do a lot in that situation, so I understand why it wasn't called. And it's just
bruh, she put her leg in front of her leg as she was running full sprint to the ball.
And pushed her. So she went flying.
Yeah. Yes. That would Bunny scoring immediately off of that corner kick was that's a true ball don't lie moment.
Exactly.
Exactly. Oh yes. So we were supposed to get that goal. And then that last goal that Caroline scored, that through ball from Bunny, oh my gosh. It's you forget that Bunny has such, because we don't ask Bunny to do a lot of passing, you forget how good her passing vision is.
Yeah.
And for her to see Carolyn, to make that pass, for Carolyn to make that run, and she knew Leipzig was coming out immediately. And she was like, oh, nope, we're gonna go
just
like with
passed
this nice,
it right back, like
Mhm.
she just slid watching it go past her. Those are like my favorite kinds of
Exactly.
goals. Those are my favorite kind of goals. Yeah, it was one of those games that was so frustrating. So not only to be able to score a goal, to score 3, it was just super cathartic. I like it, especially with shout out to Everton, our Blues, baby.
Yes, yes, we appreciate you, Toffees.
Such an underrated candy. I've always said that. So underrated. They beat Chelsea 1-0, and it was one of those situations I didn't post about it. I didn't like I was like, I'm just gonna watch and hope that because they fought hard. Like they got that goal pretty early and just fought the entire time. Ruby Mace as a center back. I don't know if that's just like gonna be her new position now, but she
probably,
like, honestly, it might be for the best. I know that she left City because she wants to be an attacker, and she just seems to be getting moved further back. But her ability as a center back translates so well, and it's because of the fact that she has these skills that could help her in the attack, but she's just so defensively sound. She's strong, she's aggressive, she's tidy on the ball, she makes great decisions. Like, if she will probably go further on the Lionesses team as a center back than she ever will as like a midfielder.
Oh, 100%.
I just want to say that my first words to the group chat when I saw the score in like the 80-something minute, I was like, is Chelsea dead? Because how is this team down 1-0 to Everton? Like, and it wasn't the fact that they were down 1-0, it's the fact that at home, and it happened in the 12th minute. This isn't like they did a smash and grab in the 85th and it's like, oh God, like, whatever. It's like, what are y'all doing? Like, that woman is now the bane of their existence. Like, I cannot wait for the next episode of this one. I cannot wait.
I'm gonna let Mark clear out for that one.
And he's usually a pretty calm and collected guy, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna have a Treb level crash out.
Oh, he's ready. He's ready.
6-point gap. I never thought I would see the day we would be up 6 points on Chelsea.
Yeah.
And like plus 6 in goal difference, plus 7 in goal difference.
Insane.
Like, this is our title now. Like, now we want to be everything the Arsenal men aren't. We want to finish the job. If we lose a 6-point lead at the halfway point of the season, we are bottlers. We can't bottle the lead. Like, that's where we are now. Win your games, draw the big teams, beat everybody else. The title's yours.
So I'm looking at the last 5, right? And that is where Chelsea have stumbled. They lost this last match, and then they drew the 2 matches prior to that. I guess I should double check to confirm that these are all league matches. I believe that they are.
Yeah, you're right. They drew against Arsenal, drew against Liverpool.
Yeah. So what is it about Chelsea in this particular moment that they are so down? Because, again, this is not consistent with the Chelsea that I know.
Well, they're not playing like the Chelsea we know. Sonia.
But what is it? I mean, what is it? Because it's 3 matches. What is it in these 3 matches, or what's happened prior to these 3 matches that have got them to this point?
Okay. So really, what it is I think that Sonia has figured out that Millie Bright is washed. I think that that's the biggest thing. And yes, having Naomi Girma helps a lot, but figuring out that Millie Bright is washed, and I believe that she's also injured as well. And then you're now having to put Lucy Bronze as a center back. And if you want, and she wants the flexibility to be able to play 3 at the back so she can play wing backs. So basically, if you have a back 3 of Lucy Bronze, Naomi Girma, and Natalie Bjorn, I don't think that they've had enough time together to really figure out defensively what they want to do. And I think that she already Sonia makes them play so negatively when they have such great attacking talent. On top of the fact that I know you are very much they used to wear a City shirt, and I'm always worried about them coming to kill us. Kira Walsh ain't it. Like, she is not it as a 6. Like, I don't think that she doesn't have enough physicality in the midfield. Like, it worked at Barcelona because you're not playing anybody except when you play on in the midweek in Champions League, and even then, that's kind of like So I think that they're having a lot of problems at the back, which is impacting what they can do at the front. So I think that that's why they are struggling in the manner that they are.
Yeah. Like even Alyssa Thompson, because she's been carrying them for weeks, honestly. And it really is just like give her the ball, and she's faster than everybody, so she just cuts in and curls the ball around the keeper. She has legitimately just been scoring the same goal week after week after week. So if you shut that down, then they really have no other way to score. And yeah, they just look lost. It's insane. And they can feel the stress. They were forcing so many shots. Tom nailed it. It'll be one of those situations that things could get much worse for them because they also play Champions League. So there's no real rest for them. They have to continue to keep playing, and then there's the winter break that's coming up, and yeah.
And they're still trying to integrate all of the different pieces into, like, so Sam Kerr didn't start in this match, but she came off of the bench. Lauren James did start, but she's coming back from injury. You still have Alyssa Thompson, who played most of an NWSL season prior to coming to Chelsea. So
she really hasn't had rest.
She hasn't had rest, so she's
that's a good
tired.
Shout. That is a good shout.
So you're trying to incorporate all of these pieces within the lineup and still play as negatively as Sonia wants to play, because Sonia, much like Diego Simeone, is like, if I could win, like, her ideal scoreline is 1-0. Sonia Bompastor is Woso Kirk Ferentz. She wants a 1-0 scoreline. That's it. She don't want nothing else to happen.
Woso Kirk Ferentz is crazy.
And not a lot.
Tell me I'm wrong.
As someone in Iowa, I know. Hey, trust me, I've experienced it. I know you're not, but that's crazy.
Hey, that man's giving you 8 to 9 wins every single year.
And that's what she was doing too. Like, and that's what I guess was the most frustrating thing. There's like 35 matches without a loss, and it's like she has just as many draws in there as wins. Like, like how exciting is this? And a lot of those wins or draws were like last second goals, like 85 minutes plus. How much pride can you have in it? And it's one of the situations that feels like it was going to happen eventually, and it looks like it could happen. And like Sharpie said, if City just keep doing their thing, win the games that they should, draw the games that will be difficult, and the title's theirs. The title's theirs. They have the goal difference. They have the 6-point lead. Like, just be smart.
Let's be real here. Is it possible, Tom, that injury? Could you see anything other than major injury stopping City? Because we don't have Champions League. We don't have any of that.
No. I think the only thing that I would be concerned about is you have run out the same back four, like, for several different matches, and teams know where, like, I know that we talked about this earlier, like in early episodes of the show. Teams know who the mark is. Layla Wahhabi is the mark. And now playing in a double pivot, like giving Yui Hasegawa, like having her give her cover, and not just the winger on her side giving her cover, helps a lot. But she is the mark, and I would be concerned if we don't do something in the transfer window to get a fullback in, because I think that's probably where we're weakest.
Oh, there's no probably about it. That's most definitely. And yeah, because once we have players who are injured, so they'll return and they'll help. But even the players who will return, it's a right back, it's a center back. Like, I know Shimizu is like she could help. Like there's some.
We're not calling her back from that low.
Oh no, not at all. It's like Liverpool can't even do it. They had 4 players on their bench last weekend.
Yes.
So like they can't afford to lose anybody. I don't want Gareth to get too used to her though, because we will definitely need her back next year for Champions League.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this was a nice episode. Good chatting with you, Show Bros.
Aston Villa.
Yeah, that's gonna be a win. That's a dub. That's a dub.
Okay. Aston Villa to me is the hardest team in the league to get a beat on. I think what the advantage is that they will be playing on Thursday because they are going to make up the match against Liverpool that they postponed the weekend that Matt Beard passed away. So I that will help, but I cannot figure out if they are really good because they've gotten some really good results against like Arsenal, against Man United. They had a decent showing against Chelsea, but then they've also had matches where they got like their last 2 league matches. They like London City smacked them 3-1. They lost 3 goals happened in the last 10 minutes of their match against Spurs, and they lost.
And they drew to Birmingham City, so like they're struggling against championship sides as well.
Yeah. Because they lost that match on penalties.
WSL 2 sides.
And they lost that match on penalties.
Yeah.
Shout out to Adriana Franch. I'm going to predict 2-0 because I think that's the safest scoreline, even though it's the scariest scoreline in the sport.
Yeah.
But I think a range of outcomes could be possible in this match.
I actually think we beat them down. I'm going to have part of the Pride on Wednesday for the match preview to talk about the game. So that'll be a good time to talk with them and get their thoughts on everything. But I'm really expecting at least a 2-goal win, but I could see a 4 because I don't think Carolyn's going to start, but I think City can score without Carolyn, and then you make the subs and you bring Carolyn on, that lead is going to grow. So I think once the subs come on, now that we have players healthy, things are about to start getting scary.
Yeah, I just saw that Villa plays Thursday, so getting them on short rest, big advantage. I think
they don't really have a
3-1.
squad like that either to be rotating.
Liverpool will make it tough. Yeah, I got it doing 3-1. That feels right.
I like it a lot. Okay. Well, okay, I lied. They have a lot of players on their squad, but like just because you have a lot of players, that doesn't really mean much.
They have depth. Yeah. They don't necessarily have quality depth.
Yeah. And like, shout out to Arroyo, their manager. Like, she is a great tactician. She's gonna set them up for success. But it's just what will the players do on the pitch in the moment.
This might be not Seb Hines' biggest tactical matchup of the season so far, just as far as like because Arroyo is such a good tactician.
Yes, sir. All right, City, we love you. Like, subscribe, rate, review. Check us out. Recommend us to another blues that you know. Show Bros. Tarek, we'll start with you. You too famous, bro. Tag people, let people know where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on social media at Tarek Peterson, TARIKPETERSON. That includes the YouTube channel. We will be going live tomorrow night, 6:30 Eastern, I don't know when this is going to be posted, but 6:30 Eastern on Tuesday nights, 11:30 UK time. Every Tuesday night we go live for Talkback Tuesdays. Opportunity for any and all footy fan, but especially City fans, to come on and have their say about any of the various footy related topics of the day. So looking for another place to just talk footy in general, come on Tuesday nights.
Let's go.
One of the hottest shows on YouTube. My man's up to hundreds of views. I believe in the thousands now. Going crazy out here.
It was
Talk
funny.
Back Tuesday. People want to talk, and it's fire.
Yeah, we went from 78. I think it was 78 subscribers last week, and I was just like, I got the redirects or whatever raids from a couple big streams, and so I was just like, I'm looking to get to 100, and then before you know it, it's like, oh, you're on 115, so that was a big deal. And then by like the next day, we were like at 150. Now we're like one. It was like double basically.
You're gonna pass us up by the end of the year.
Not gonna do that.
Yeah, man.
I always point people back here too. So hopefully they go and subscribe to both. So
love it. I love it. Sharpie.
Oh, that's Sharpie Charlie. Find me on X or Blue Sky.
Before I say where you can find me, I do want to. I think I said December 30th is going to be a big deal because that is the reverse fixture against Sunderland. Also, in a little bit of Premier League shock on applause, that is also the reverse fixture of Villa and Arsenal, and we saw what Villa did to Arsenal this weekend.
Shout out to them, the villains.
Yes, but City's schedule is markedly more difficult in that span than Arsenal's is. So I think that's going to be a real key. That these next few league matches for both squads are going to be very key, and we can check in and see where we are against Arsenal at that point, because then like the title race will really be on and popping at that point. But if you can find me at The 12, which is a WSL podcast that you should be listening to. And if there's a social media app out there, you can find me at TomBomb816.
Hey, at Shades of Blue and W, at Shades of Blue and W. If we are on a social media app, tap in at Shades of Blue and W, and we will pop right up. Until next time, you know the vibes. Shady gang, shady gang, shady gang.